See, who were you more impressed by in the last 2 days? Was it Kentucky? Was it North Carolina?
I mean, I'm very impressed with Kentucky. I think with the young guards, how they're playing, to be able to do that against veteran guards in terms of Miami. But, there was a lot of heat on Hubert Davis coming into this season. And how would he respond going to, the Final Four his first year, taking over the program, and kind of last year, obviously you could see there were some chemistry issues and all that. And now to have them playing at the level that they're playing at, I think is unbelievable, and I think it's impressive, and I think it just goes to show you, it's all about fit. It's all about the guys that you have in your life. And not to mean if you remove somebody from your team that they're the problem, but maybe they're just not the right fit for your program and where you're at right now. So, but Kentucky's a lot of fun to watch. I love the floor spacing, how they're playing, and they're still without, 7-footers that could really help their team, which I think is important, especially once they get into SEC play to get those guys back out there. But, man, those guards are fun to watch.
Yeah, I was impressed with both of them. I think, Kentucky's still an incomplete team. I mean, the fact that they don't have their centers playing, I don't know if Big Z's ever going to be eligible or not.
I mean, he's so far behind.
It sounds like
too.
Bradshaw's already practicing right
He'll
around
be back.
the corner.
He could be back next game.
And, I just think the jump they made from when they played Kansas, and I know it was a home game, to play Miami, who's got so much experience on the perimeter. It wasn't even a game in the second half. And then I wouldn't have guessed in a million years that Carolina could score that many points on a Tennessee team. Tennessee can't score, but they can defend. And to score 100 points, I mean, this isn't a guarantee game. It isn't a bye game. That was impressive.
Has it changed the way that you view either of these teams, Goodman? I know we thought North Carolina was going to be good coming into the season.
Better.
And we thought we all recognized what Kentucky's ceiling was this year, regardless of whether or not we believed they were going to be able to get there. We saw the talent on the roster, knew what they could be. Does this change the way that you view what their season can be and where you want to put the expectations for them?
I'm so much more shocked by what Kentucky's done than what Carolina's done. It's not even close for me. Think about this. Kentucky leads the country right now in assist to turnover ratio. Kentucky, a group of freshman-laden players. Antonio Reeves, who's never been anything more than a one-dimensional shooter for the most part at Kentucky, and your boy Trey Mitchell, right? A late addition. Well, no, he's your boy. You recruited him. You coached him at UMass. I'm saying that in a positive way, that I think you helped develop Trey Mitchell. He had stability with you. After that, he jumped around all over the place. But he's found another home now. And I really do think what this Kentucky team has done, and I think, honestly, Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham have been unbelievable.
Willing to come off the bench.
Yes.
Willing to come off the bench.
Yeah, Dillingham.
Think about that.
Here's what it is about Kentucky. We can talk about guys coming off the bench. We could talk about accepting roles. We could talk about Reed Shepherd. We could talk about whatever we want to talk about. I got their KenPom page up right here. 3-point attempt rate, which basically means the number of your field goals that come from beyond the arc versus inside the arc. Cal was 330th last year. Kentucky was 351st the year before that. 292, 350, 341, 344. They never shot threes. They played like a 1980s offense. You know where they are right now? They're 81st nationally. More than 40% of their field goal attempts are coming from beyond the arc. And you know how well they're shooting it back? You want to read that number? Can you see it right there?
I really can't see
43% from beyond the arc, 4th nationally. Did you ever see – I mean, you know that Kentucky program. You know Cal.
No.
Did you see this coming from him?
I don't say I didn't see it coming, but it's not historically who they've been. But, man, they got some special guards. And we were talking before we were on the show, Dillingham, I mean, he can get a shot off anytime he wants and always looks like he's under control in the shot that he gets. Reed Shepherd, who we recruited, which was probably the dumbest thing I could have done as a head coach is recruit somebody.
You weren't going to get him.
Parents were going to – I kept telling my assistant, I said, listen, his parents went to UK, we got no shot. But
yeah, blame it on your assistants.
Blame it on your assistants.
Yeah,
exactly. He's so I still gave it a college try. He's so under control and just has such a great feel for the game. And
did you see this coming from him, though? Like this level? We knew he was a good player.
I did. Not to act like Nostradamus, but I thought he was really good. In high school, he dominated every AAU game I watched. He just was always comfortable with the ball. Nobody sped him up, and he's continued to play that same way now.
Can we start calling him Max Stradamus now?
But here's the thing, too, like going back to the locker room and how important the locker room is, and Cal kind of getting back to who he is and taking, high-profile guys. He takes Trey Mitchell on the transfer. Trey Mitchell is a high-character basketball player. Never have to worry about him going to class. Never going to get along with every single one of his teammates. That's who he is as a person. Reeves, same thing. So now they don't have any issues in the locker room, and they've got really talented players. And the KenPom ratings show it in terms of shooting the basketball
You know what
from
I was
behind
worried
the
about,
three-point
though?
line.
Here's what I was a little bit worried about. Okay, you added Trey Mitchell as late as you did, and Antonio Reeves, we kind of know he didn't want to be there for a minute, right? He was taking classes at Illinois State. So I just kind of worried about that part. And then my biggest question with the freshman was, how was Wagner and Dillingham going to work together? Because I felt like they were ball dominant. I didn't see Dillingham being this efficient. And I still want to see it over the course of the year. It's only 6 or 7 games so far, but, man, he has been so impressive with his efficiency because he wasn't that way on the circuit at all. So give him credit. I don't know if it was coming off the bench, that maybe that's kind of the way Calipari's been able to get him.
Well, you know what it is? If Robert Dillingham is going to find a way to make a career for himself in the NBA, it is this role that he's playing right now. It is probably going to be like a instant offense.
He can pass
microwave.
it, though. He's passed the shit out of it so far. Like, he has been awesome in almost every phase of the game. Reed Shepherd has been awesome in every phase of the game. Like, there are freshmen that have not played like freshmen.
All right, so I got a question for you right now. 2-on-2. Kentucky starting guards, Antonio Reeves and DeJuan Wagner against Robert Dillingham and Reed Shepherd.
Oh, man.
2-11, 2-on-2 and a half court. Who's winning? Who you got?
I mean, I'm taking Dillingham over anybody on any team.
Yeah,
Because that dude could probably play him 1-on-2 and still win that game.
We'll
Like,
get him-
he's just a bucket, man.
He'd get the shot.